How are we doing today, folks, on this glorious Wednesday? I am Wyatt. I am the College Conservative. I'm sorry for not making a video for the last couple weeks. I've been pretty busy. Summer's been hitting me hard. I've taken some rest, this and that, trying to enjoy it. However, I'm back now. So I had to get registered for our next semester. Anyways, let's jump right into here. So I want to make a quick little video for my 9th video, which is awesome, about just touching up upon media bias a little bit, and then stemming off of something that one of my professors said, in fact, on the first day of school. So it was the first day of college, my first day of my college career, and I stepped into a poli-sci class. I don't remember which exact one it was. And my professor, he was telling us, and this was within the first 10 minutes, by the way. So mind you, 8 in the morning, I'm tired, I'm groggy, coffee hasn't kicked in yet, I'm sitting in, you're a little nervous because it's the first day of college, and you're not quite sure what to expect. And so my professor, within the first 2 minutes of class, he's telling us, I want you to keep up on current events, I want you to learn about the news, and read up, and watch certain people, watch PBS, joke. And then he said, but avoid Fox News because they've been proven to lie on several occasions. I kid you not, within the first 10 minutes of my college career, my teacher said that. And really, it was kind of just a peek as to what was to come for the rest of my college career. And it has gotten so much worse, especially with the era of Trump, or of Trumpism, or whatever you want to call it. And especially with not necessarily conservatism, but at least anti-leftism, that wave coming through. Has really just invigorated my professors to just attack those that don't, to attack those, or to condescend to the opinions, and to the ideals that do not agree with their left opinions, their leftist views, their leftist paradigms, or what have you. Anyway, so I just thought that was really interesting. Really, out of all the crap my teachers have said, that's something that's always stuck with me, just because of how profound it was, how just indiscreet it was, how much he wasn't trying to keep his bias at all. Like, he thinks he's doing some sort of justice, some sort of duty, by telling us that Fox News lies, to, hey, go to all these other news outlets, which all are mostly liberal or on the left, and a lot more thanks to the internet, especially within my college career. Thanks to the internet and streaming services, conservatism, or conservative outlets, have really grown. I mean, it went from talk radio, from talk radio and then Fox News to, and Fox News wasn't even necessarily conservative either. They're not really conservative now. They've actually moved more towards just kind of liking Trump than it really is conservatism, which I highly disagree with. But and I think that they're starting to go more ideological as well, and I don't necessarily like that. The reason why a lot of people didn't like Fox News in the beginning was because really look at Bret Baier. Bret Baier is one of the best in the business. Bret Baier just keeps it down the middle of the road. And I watched him, and I can tell, okay, this guy's probably on the right, but I've never gotten the sense of he has talked down the left, or he has attacked the left, or even that he's really shown any cheer for the right necessarily. Now, if you can show me where I'm wrong, then sure, but I'd be willing to debate. There's thousands of other clips that show how middle of the road he is, or how middle of the road he's acted, I should say, on his show. And then he always has panelists that have different views and whatnot, and he always kind of takes the middle road. Anyways, he's just one example, and the reason why the left and so many people on the left hate Fox News and hated them, and I'm not really here to defend them because I disagree with some of their hosts now and kind of the direction that they're going in. But all I'm saying is that the reason why a lot of them didn't like them in the beginning is because they just didn't support the left. They just weren't of the left, and and really, when the left was still culminating, now it's known as the left, and it was really just the liberal media. And really, what's funny is when you see from pretty much 9/11 till now, when you see all these years, you really see the progression of the left. It's really incredible. And obviously, I was young back when it was, during a lot of the time it was manifesting, but really Trump kind of just unveiled it, unveiled just the hatred of conservatism on the left, and of conservatism in the media. And you can see this, and you can see really just the bias. And and just the viciousness towards conservatism in the media and in college and in general, when first your professor is telling you not to watch Fox News because they've been proven to lie, which he did not follow with any sort of proof. He just said that. But then also, when you see Sarah Huckabee Sanders getting into a back and forth with a reporter, and the reporter seemed, and I tweeted about this, the reporter seemed legit, like some sort of personal chord was struck with him, like he was there on some sort of duty to tell the truth. And but this is what's so sad. They see it as, their paradigm is, well, we're just here to tell the truth. Well, I guess the truth's on the left, but whenever human society has always followed ideas from the left, it's gone to crap and millions of people have died. It absolutely makes no sense. It's almost virtue signaling in the sense. It probably is. I said here in my tweet, I said, a chord was struck with Brian Karim. Maybe he can't conduct his job without subconsciously implementing his left narrative, and he knows it. And that's what I'm trying to say. That they think so much that they're right, that they're self-righteous, that they're on the good side, on the side of light, that the truth is just has come to trying to exploit or throw as much money as you can as possible to people on the other side of the aisle. Conservatism is inherently not that. That's why you have so many different views, and I don't want to get too off topic of maybe the media or of Professor Bias once again, of crap my teacher said, but this is a good point to make. That conservatism inherently is, that's why you have, like me, I consider myself a constitutional conservative, but then you might have someone who thinks of them as a libertarian conservative, which agree on many if not most issues, and then you have maybe you have social conservatism, or then you have fiscal conservatism, even libertarianism. Has ideas of conservatism, obviously, and then liberal social qualities. But even still, there's so many forms of conservatism, because conservatism all just means that, hey, when the government's smaller, when you leave it more to the local places, people can have their own ideas and express them more, and they have more power to express them and to move forward with those ideas if the community so chooses to do so, and they all agree or concur, with a certain idea or set of morals or rules or whatever else that doesn't infringe upon their rights or the rights of others. That's fine. That's the whole point of our community. That's the whole point of our country, the basis of our Constitution. Conservatism says, hey, you keep the government small, then you're allowed to have whatever opinions you want. But what happens when you get the government bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm not saying the right isn't guilty of this either, if not, they're even more guilty now, they want to go more statist, they're moving more centrist, is that now, it's become too, in my belief at least, it's become too ideological in the sense of, I'm a conservative and I'm a constitutionalist, but I'm not these things just to call myself a conservative or constitutionalist, because I know that from history, when government gets too big, your rights are trampled upon, and then the government kind of do whatever the hell it wants at some point, and then it's pretty much you being pulled down by those who argue that they are the have-nots. And that's always what it is. And Alexis de Tocqueville speaks of this in his book, Democracy in America. He speaks about this. He speaks of, it's hard to see how, those on top aren't going to bring themselves down. And just as much, those on the bottom aren't going to bring themselves up because maybe of the system that they have, or of the aristocratic system that they have, which aristocratic systems are dumb, and are inhumane, really, or governmental aristocratic systems, at least. Not to say if, in a capitalist country like ours, if you're rich off of your own merit and off your own hard work. But, Alexis speaks about this and says, basically what happens is, democracy has happened through time, and he speaks of the evolution of it, that at some point, the have-nots basically are going to just try to pull down the haves, which absolutely makes no sense, and obviously goes into a whole other bunch of issues that go against human nature and this fundamental understanding of economics and everything else. And it's just crazy how he speaks about this. And so to kind of tie this all together, when we see what's happening right now, when I saw what happened, the first day of college, my teacher saying that, and then fast forward to now, when you see what's happening now, basically my teacher saying, in other words, go to any other outlet, but the only one that is not of the left. And now we see people of leftist outlets, like Karim, speaking out because he knows this. because he knows, to him at least, he knows that he is on the right side. He knows that he's speaking truth, and that truth is leftism and liberalism. And that's really dangerous, especially when the pen is mightier than the sword, because that reaches a lot more people. And then when we have reports, recent reports, I think today or yesterday with CNN, of CNN pushing this fake Russia probe even still, and then you have Nothing Burger Van Jones, just classic, and it's gonna create so many funny memes, and I can't wait for it. There's already a meme that was making fun of him at whatever that movie was in the 90s. It was really funny. Good Burger, making fun of Good Burger. That was really, really funny. And we see all these stories, and coming out from Project Veritas. Now, first, I would say, put a warning on any undercover videos that come out, of course, whether you supported what's in there or not, or they're fighting for things that you support or not. But I would say that they gained credibility with me after seeing the shift in the DNC when the video came out, and then also when YouTube was trying to hinder their views. That kind of said it for me, like, okay, yeah, these guys are onto something. These guys aren't just screwing with us. And then now Project Veritas comes out with another video of Van Joe saying, Nothing Burger, which is awesome. And then another important person, I believe, in CNN, behind CNN, I don't remember exact position, excuse me, basically is saying that they're doing it for ratings. I mean, really, honestly, we're really kind of starting to see the ugly face of the media, and I've seen it for a while, but a lot of Americans don't care to dive into this that much. A lot of times they'll just read headlines or whatever else, which is why it's good for people, for people who are streaming, and I'm not saying necessarily me is a really small outlet right now, but for at least people in the media that are not of the left, it's important for them to point the finger at these things. Because then when you have Brian Stelter coming out saying how it's just anti-journalism, no, it's not anti-journalism, it's anti-your leftist narrative. That's what it is, Brian Stelter, and you're wrong trying to insinuate anything else, okay? I don't see a conservative going up and shooting CNN. What I do see is a wacko guy on the left going and shooting up a bunch of representatives during a practice baseball game. That's what I see. I mean, really, it's the left telling the people that conservatives hate. The conservatives hate people on the left, or conservatives hate certain sex of people, gay people, whatever you want to say. But then all the left is doing is hating on conservatives. That's all it really is. They're being hypocritical, and it's funny how a lot of people don't really see that. Anyways, folks, I hope you learned something. Hope you agree with me. If you disagree with me, comment, like, share, whatever with this video. I'm just here to, whenever I can, to show y'all the bias in the classroom and how that really connects, how much brainwashing and indoctrination is really going on in our classrooms, and then how that connects with what's actually happening in the world right now. Like with CNN, like with the crap that Brian Stelter's saying, like with Nothing Burger, and like with just simply being told that this news outlet's not on the left, therefore they've been proven to lie. Anyways, thank you so much. My name is Wyatt. I'm the College Conservative, and I will come out with another video soon. Thank you.